Hello everyone, I'm Mike DeAngelo with That's Entertainment, and this is your Lost Gems review of Monster Rancher by Tecmo. In the mid-90s, the concept of raising monsters hit the world with the same fury as Pogs or Magic cards. Following the massive appeal and success of Tamagotchi and Pokemon in 1996, Tecmo released its own contender for the PlayStation in 1997, a quirky little title called Monster Rancher. Far beyond the basic feed-me scope of the original Tamagotchi handhelds, and simultaneously deeper and simpler than Nintendo's powerhouse Pokemon series, Monster Rancher was hopelessly addictive thanks to some excellent ideas. With over a decade of time separating us from its release, does the game still have the same can't-put-it-down feel that it once did? Locked inside disc stones are the powers of mighty beasts, which can be harnessed to breed and fight for ambitious monster ranchers. You are one of those bold entrepreneurs, newly graduated from the Monster Rancher Academy, and ready to prove that you have what it takes to lead your monsters to the prestigious S-Class of fighters. But have no fear, as you won't have to go it alone. Together with your assistant Holly, you'll be able to reach for the stars. Your duties as a professional monster rancher begin with you picking out the perfect monster. Chances are your first monster won't be your dream creature, unless you know just what disc stone provides the right monster. You can draw the creatures out of a disc stone at a shrine, or, alternatively, you could buy them from town instead. Afterwards, it's time to train and teach your monster, helping him develop skills, abilities, and loyalty towards you. Before long, you'll be ready to send him to the big leagues, hopefully with enough willpower and finesse to bring you home a nice reward. If you haven't caught on by now, disc stones are the game's interpretations of CDs. Disc stones are the main draw of Monster Rancher, and are a fun gimmick to utilize. Every CD has a potentially awesome monster waiting to be extracted from it. Certain CDs even produce rare or unique monsters. Christmas albums usually create somewhat festive creatures, while, as an example, the In Excess album Kick summons a soccer ball monster. Beyond the summoning of these monsters, there's a whole game waiting to be explored. You can breed multiple types of monsters together, train them to build their skills, or send them out on expeditions to uncover lost treasure. The most important thing to do with your monsters, though, is to send them to the arena to do battle with each other, and hopefully win you some nice rewards. As a monster rancher, it's your duty to instill in your creature the values of a good fighter, in an effort to bring home a win. Most of the graphics are fairly simple in Monster Rancher. The game is broken up into the 3D segments of the game, which may look a little dated these days, and the 2D segments associated with training and resting. The latter ends up looking a lot like glorified Tamagotchi, but is still entertaining nonetheless, especially considering how many possible iterations of workloads are available. The battle segments of the games aren't exactly polished by today's standards, but back when the game was first released, they were pretty impressive. There aren't too many effects that go into the game, but the simplicity was one of the reasons that Monster Rancher was so addictive. The sound is a little unremarkable, and some of it even borders on annoying. The noise that you get for any type of selection out of battle is terribly redundant and rather obnoxious. And because of the nature of the game, you'll be stuck hearing the same few songs on endless repeat throughout the course of the title. Monster Rancher is one of those games that you can play for a nearly endless amount of time. There are literally hundreds of monsters that you can get your hands on, though only about 20 of them are a unique type. Drawing forth creatures from your collection of CDs is a cool way to expand the depth of an already fun game. Of course, after you manage to gain control of those monsters, training them and raising them are fun to do as well. And, considering that you have 6 main tournaments to focus on, you could definitely be on your ranch for quite a while. The normal training and battling regimen of the game is broken up from time to time by the exploration portions. It's within those portions of the game that you really get to show how intelligent and well-developed your monster is. While it was probably a no-brainer that a monster breeding game was going to draw a crowd, Tecmo took the high road by going the extra mile with this title. Whereas they could have made a simple console version Tamagotchi, they instead set a bar with monster fighting action. The additions to the title in the form of the unending assortment of creatures that can be generated from CDs helped to propel this game into a cult hit. That's Entertainment awards Monster Rancher a score of 8.5 out of 10.